our turn. He's a Yoruba man. Ask the people in Ogun here. Is there any place you will buy bread cheaper?
We are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the southwest is the apple of our eye.
Some of you just have entitlement mentality. Now that Peter Obi is not president, who is suffering more? Is it Peter Obi or you?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News, Gist and Blog. How many of you saw the trending video of Peter Obi? Hey, Peter Obi is trending after he said that he will turn night vigil into night shift. Most people really don't get the context of that statement, but they just felt offended. Why would Peter Obi even say that after using church to campaign for 2023 presidential election? Now, because he did not win, everybody's angry. Before I come back to make my own personal perspective view about all of this, I want you guys to watch Arise News breakdowns and what Rufai Oseni and Oji how they talks about all of this. We'll be right back.
Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has been trending after stating in a series of clips released over the weekend that Nigeria's struggles with poverty and unproductivity stem from prioritizing politics and religious activities over nation building and economic development. Peter Obi suggested that night vigils should be replaced with night shifts to increase the country's productivity, adding that poverty knows no tribe.
Let's talk about what is happening today. Rice is 100,000 naira. We're not even sure where we're going to be with this situation. Is our turn. He's a Yoruba man. Ask the people in Ogun here. Is there any place you will buy bread cheaper? So I can follow you this night and buy one. We live largely in a very unproductive society. That's why the only thing that is attractive here is politics and church. You need to dismantle it. And we're going to turn night vigil into night shifts so people can be productive. I go to church, I believe in God.
Yes.
But we cannot have people Monday to Friday be in church morning and night. No. If I go from here now to my house, the only signboard you see is signboard of churches. You go to the east, it's burials. That's not the country. If you go to any other country, you see products.
I mean, Peter Obi hit the nail on the head. Yes. If you go to other countries, you see products on billboards. Now you are seeing so many, church signposts and everything. Correct. I really enjoyed that comment. But he also came on that fight, which I want you to also discuss, about the fact that he mentioned it's my turn. Some people in, on Twitter. So people, let me take Daniel Rega's tweet. Daniel Rega said, Peter Obi should have criticized Tinubu's administration without bringing tribalism into it. That statement, it's our turn. He is a Yoruba man, shouldn't be coming from him. That was a very disappointing talk. A lot of people also campaigned and voted for him, that's Peter Obi, just because he's from the southeast. Criticize the government, but don't bring ethnicity to it. I think that it was misconstrued.
That's a very misconstrued.
Yes.
I don't.
No, but that's the conversation.
No, I don't.
Misconstrued.
I think it was
I think
misconstrued. I don't rate that comment so highly. I rate it very pedestrian. What did Peter Obi say that is not true? Is President Tinubu not a Yoruba man? Is that not what they said during the election? Our local Yoruba local. Didn't they say that? Did people campaign for him not say that? When the people were putting tribalism into politics, they didn't know that time. He just repeated what they said when they were campaigning for him, that Yoruba lokan, our lokan. Am I not a Yoruba man? There was not bringing of any ethnicity into him. That was the president's slogan. And that was what he told his kingsmen, that Yoruba lokan is a Yoruba man. So there's no tribalism into it. You see, we are all suffering from the shege now. And we have seen the shege doesn't know tribe or religion.
Renewed shege. The
renewed shege. So people that keep deceiving themselves. And what he said about what's he called that's under fire for that, people are saying you shouldn't say night shift should be night view should be turned into night shift. Peter Obi was 100% correct. So why are they attacking the man? He has just told you the truth. All day I was in Saudi, I didn't see any billboard advertising any big religious events. That country too is an Islamic country. But they are developing and growing their country. Their cities are not as in decrepit condition like ours. Look at our young people protesting, they are hungry. Yeah. Look at how the kids are hungry. So Oji, I was in Saudi, a Croatian told me a story, and I'll never forget that story. He said in 1978, when he was a young boy, he was very skinny. He said they used to abuse him with the word that say, you look like a child from Biafra. Today, if you see this picture that has gone viral around the world now, it's not another sad indication of that's an average Nigerian child. Do you know that the pictures of malnourished children out of Biafra, envelop everywhere in the world back in the days? Till today, we have not learned from it. So why are we deceiving ourselves? You see, when we turn religion around, look at all of our warehouses turned into religious centers because there's no productivity. There was a day, people used to go to night shift work in this country.
That's it.
They will work in the morning, work in there. There was economic fecundity in this country. Today is no longer there. Companies are leaving the country. Even we in the advertising sector. I was with an advertising doyen yesterday. Brands are not really advertising that much again. So even we in the media, we are losing revenue. The economic hardship and lack of productivity is affecting all of us.
That's it.
In this country, at a point, we used to have the likes of Brightex detergent. We used to have many other detergents and all of that. How many are advertising today?
Yeah.
That's just it. So companies are leaving. And it's not because only the multinationals have left. Some people are now trying to say there's divestment and all of that. See, the new companies that are buying the Itato companies are reducing salaries, are cutting jobs. Things are bad in the economy. What we need to do is to turn Nigeria into a productive economy.
That is it.
So there's nothing Peter Obi has said that is to production. There's nothing he has said. We should stop here. And the one that said he was talking tribalism, the Tinubu not say Yoruba no come.
But the truth is that
the truth is always
poverty
different.
really
It doesn't
know any tribe. That's really the truth.
Shege metal doesn't know tribe.
Doesn't know any tribe.
Now, you have watched the video. You heard what Peter Obi said. The full video is still on the Nedu podcast, so you can go and watch it there. But the only thing I want to talk about is that what Peter Obi is trying to say is that turning night vision to night shift does not really mean that it's trying to stop church from having their night vision. The fact that churches these days, early in the morning, people are in church, and in the evening, people are in church, in the night, people are in church praying, is because there is no company. The context of that statement is easily to understand. If, for example, there is a large company employing people, and people have to work in the daytime, and some have to work at night. Those that are working at night, who already know that they have to be at work at night, maybe they will not go to night vision, they will go to night shift. Automatically, it's not trying to say I will shut down churches. It's trying to say that I will create more job in the society that people will engage to. Most people, like I always say, like that, I'm not against those that are prayer me Christians, sincere, born again Christian. You see that man that said, what God cannot do does not exist, Pastor Eze. Early in the morning, the man is in church praying. Praying, asking people, share my videos. You see over 500,000, 200,000 watching and praying. Yes, it is good to pray, but do you think that those people that are praying there, if they are in the office, do you think they will be busy praying? Most of these people, what they are praying for is what the government ought to be doing. Somebody that have graduated from school who has no job felt like it is juju from their village that is worrying them. Imagine there is job. Imagine in your own personal head that there is security. Imagine that the economy is stable. Imagine life is sweet for everybody. Do you think that people will still be engaged? Do you know that the concept of everything in life as a Christian, as a religious leader, is to worship your God? It's not always on demand, because in Christianity today, everybody demands, God, give me this, God, give me this. Something you should be holding your government accountable for is what most people are demanding for in church. God, I need money. God, my visa. God, I need this one. Oh God, everybody's holding God accountable money day and night. You see the problem now. Somebody is asking, God, send me helper. God, send me helper. But if things is good, like the way it's good for the Western world, or Sunday you go to God church to thank your God. God, thank you for life. Thank you for health. Thank you for a roof above me. Thank you for everything. Thank you. I have a head to eat good food. I have a life to enjoy this life. You go to church to thank God most time. But in Nigeria, people go to church to hold God accountable, to wrestle against principalities and power, to wrestle against their uncle, to wrestle, to battle. God, like this person. God, anybody that is after my life. My father, that is what people praise about every day. That's why they are church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in the morning, in the afternoon, because they felt like this person I'm praying about is still alive. Anyway, I'm going to be ending this video here. I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section to give me your thoughts. What do you think about what Peter Obi said? Maybe I did not understand the full context of his statement. Maybe it's just me that is just imagining that he said, I will turn night vision to night shift. He didn't say I will stop church. He's just trying to say I will create more jobs that people will have to engage in working. If people are working, I don't think that they will have more time going to church every day. He's not trying to stop you. He even said in his words, word to word, I'm a Christian. Like me, also, I'm telling you now, like what Peter Obi said, me too, I'm a Christian. Nothing stopped me from going to church. But at the same time, I have to work. Most of you are angry, oh, you don't post news all the time. I have to go to work. Sometimes when the news is trendy, I'm at work. Sometimes I have to take my time to also gather information before I bring it here. I have other activities outside social media. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. Remember, God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us is to like this video, comment your thoughts about this video. What do you think about what Peter Obi said? Do you think it's different from what I tried to analyze? Do you think it's also different from what Rufai Hussaini tried to analyze? We love you guys. I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. All right, until we meet again. Peace out. I will still vote for Peter Obi 2027. We are here together to make sure Nigeria work. All right.
God can bless hard work. God can bless productivity. God can bless an industry. God cannot bless somebody who is sleeping. Anybody who tells you that you got a lot from praying should be arrested. You are stolen somebody's money. Simple. If you go to hospital, it's tight. If you help poor people, it's tight. Let's talk about what is happening today. Rice is 100,000 naira. We're not even sure where we're going to be with this situation. Is our turn? Is a Yoruba man. Ask the people in Ogun here. Is there any place you will buy bread cheaper? So I can follow you this night and buy one. Countries who got independence before and after us, or around the same time, have done better. Today, the measure of development is HDI, Human Development Index, and they have low, medium, high, and very high. Malaysia is already high and entering very high. And these are people who are low with us. So don't tell me this. And so are Philippines, so are other countries are moving. That is what you need to measure yourself. It's not to be giving an excuse and be confusing the whole thing by calling a leader. Is not a money-making thing. You're not competing with Dangote. Dangote is a businessman. You should face what you elected. American president today is worth only about $12 million. You must choose your lane. If you want to be in government, you be in government and serve the people. If you want to be a businessman, you go and trade and own all over Lagos. Of all those contesting, I've started business from the scratch. Created wealth. But we have not seen him manage anything anywhere. I was the youngest chairman of a bank ever in Nigeria.
Yes.
You took a hit at your former principal, Mr. Peter Obi.
I didn't take a hit. No.
Yeah, you said to him, you criticized him on Twitter based on his comment on an online.
I corrected him. I cannot hit Peter Obi. I am sentimentally attached to Peter Obi. Peter Obi.
How do you balance it?
Listen to me.
You're attached to Peter Obi.
Hold on now.
You
know, Peter Obi was my project. You know, and I am part and parcel of those who built Peter Obi up. I can't publicly, you know, denigrate that or break down that house. No, I won't do it. But, you know, when the sensibilities of some of us are affected, you know, especially when it becomes, you know, a zonal matter. I mean, when you take entire Yoruba race, you know, you call them out. I'm an elder statesman. I'm primarily, first and foremost, a Yoruba man. What, you know, if I cannot speak the truth at my age, then there's no point to live. You know, what Peter Obi said was wrong. To say that a Milokon, you know, they should now ask people in Ogun State whether they are buying bread. When Bola Tinubu said a Milokon, he was not addressing the nation. He was not addressing a rally. He was addressing, you know, APC delegates in the premises of Ogun State government who are going to APC convention that they should vote for him. And he said, look, and he was speaking in Yoruba, and there's nothing wrong with that. He said, look, you know, I helped to form this party. I helped to do this. You know, Buhari contested election first, he lost. Second, he lost. Third, he lost. Then, you know, I came in and I helped him to become president. I also helped your son to become vice president. Even Biodun
called him a lay.
Whatever it is, he said, even this governor, I helped him. It is now my turn. What's wrong with that? He said it in Yoruba. You know, I am the next in line for this office. It's legitimate. It was not tribalistic. It was not, it was not a Yoruba thing. It was just something that said, look, I haven't been this leader that has done so much. I should be given a chance to give a shot at it. So, when Obi makes that statement, it insults us. I was a Yoruba man. I'm not blind and I'm not crazy. I left everything and I followed Obi. Baba Obasanjo, for the first time in his political career, left his circle of influence, Babangida, Abdul Salam, Tiwa Danjuma and co, and he deviated for once and, came to support Obi.
Do you regret
do
you regret supporting Peter Obi?
I don't, because...
Would you do it again?
If, they say that now there's a problem, I cannot do it again. You know why? Because the reason why I did it was that this, what we agreed was that a southern president must emerge. All right? And, but that's what I'm saying. Baba Adebanjo called me and said, if a southern president must emerge, which zone must it come? Let's be honest and truthful. I said Southeast. He said, so let's support them. Now, if all these, or Shitoku, all of us, if all these eminent Yoruba people supported you, why now bring us down publicly? It's wrong. That's what I did. I didn't take a jab. I just called, and listen to me, Sheon. From now on, we are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the southwest is the apple of our eye.
We will not be making noise to disturb people. So, when Peter Obi said that he will turn night vigils to night shifts, the average Nigerian Christian is a reactive person. They are like attack bulldogs. Peter Obi cannot become president again. Shut up your mouth. It's like those of you who tell me that I won't preach in your churches. Shut up your mouth. How much do you give to me? What do I need to preach in your church for? Do you know what companies pay me to speak? Do you know the businesses I do? Some of you just have entitlement mentality. Now that Peter Obi is not president, who is suffering more? Is it Peter Obi or you? Let bag of rice become 1 million. Peter Obi will buy it. You just wake up, you start talking anyhow. Number 2, do you love God more than Peter Obi? Do you love the church more than Peter Obi? Peter Obi has donated more to the church than your general overseer. Peter Obi's brother is a Catholic priest. That means they sacrificed a whole human being, man, from a wealthy family. You don't know that they own Next supermarket. You don't know that they own Next supermarket around Nigeria. You don't know how many things Peter Obi is the sole importer in Nigeria or even West Africa. Peter Obi has donated more to the church than you. And you that is doing all night, you stayed night vigil. I'm always wondering how Peter Obi goes without security in some places. I always wonder how he's able to shake his enemies, shake those who voted against him, shake his... I have been thinking, excuse me, I've been thinking, what confidence does this man have? He believes in God. Those of you going to night vigils, it's fear. Some of you also go to native doctors. Now, let's analyze night vigils. I have done night vigils as a young pastor. We go there, we sing most times and dance most times, and by the time the message is on, people are sleeping, ushers will be going around waking the people sleeping. And then, at the end of the day, you will close, you will go and sleep, you won't go to work. I know a church behind me here. Ironically, it is a factory that closed down that the church is using. Another church is there in the same factory that closed down. Another church is there in the same factory that closed down. So we are doing churches in a factory we could revitalize that will employ people. So, you go to the ninth vigil. Do you really maximize the time? The ninth vigil, is it not a mentality of an African that they are meeting, they meet by 12 o'clock, so stay awake, it is by 12 o'clock that they are meeting? Is it not the mentality that demonic activities take place at night? That's why you are awake to pray against them. If the God you serve neither sleeps nor slumber, why do you have to stay awake with him at the same time? Why don't you sleep, let him take care of you? Why? If you love staying awake, why don't you go and be a security guard? Most night vigils are not effectively used. If you pray from 4 o'clock to say 7 o'clock during the day, 7 says 4 o'clock, or let's say 6 o'clock, to even 9 o'clock, 3 hours of prayer is enough. God is not a wicked God like your father or like Dr. Poking. He is a merciful God. Before you even start praying, he has heard. So, some people say, why don't I talk to Muslims? Why would I talk to Muslims? I don't have control over another person's servant. Now, let me ask you a simple question. The tomatoes you eat, who grows it? The cows you eat, who rears them? The sheep you eat, who rears them? The onions you use, who plants them? The carrot you use, who plants them? The watermelon you eat, who plants them? The beans you eat, who plants them? The rice you are carrying from the bagged rice, tomato puree, is produced in the north, and they are predominantly Muslims. What do you produce? 6% of Nigeria's GDP centers around animal husbandry. How many animals are in your prayer camps? Then let's come to oil. The same oil Nigeria has, Saudi Arabia has, Kuwait has, Qatar has, Oman has, all the Gulf states that produce oil. Can you compare Nigeria to those states? They have invested their money well. 30 years back, Dubai was just a small fishing port. See what they have become. Are you not going there for holidays? Are you not going there for treatment? You want me to talk to Muslims? There are more industries functional in the north than in several areas in the south where you people are praying and praying and praying. If a Muslim is going to the mosque, the one who is a cobbler carries his materials down. See the markets they have established around your country. And Muslims don't need big auditoriums to pray. With their mats, 5 of them will gather together from different states of the country, and they will pray and they will move on. They don't need to raise money to build big infrastructure all over the streets. 5 churches in one building, making noise. Now let's look at the statement. Dismantling night vigils to night shifts. Simple intelligence. I ask you a simple question. Do you think that your brethren in America, unless the witches in your village are very wicked, do you think your brothers in America will leave their jobs and go and do night vigil? No. They walk. Carry some of these pastors to America, they will die of hunger. Carry them to the UK, they will die of hunger. They walk. They walk at night. Excuse me. You might need to do 3 jobs. I was in Australia. My pastor friend that invited me, I taught him in the Sunday school. He's late now. I was wondering how he manages to impregnate his wife. Throughout the night, he will walk, come, walk, come, walk, come, go. I felt guilty going to visit him. As I traveled now, at one point, my children had to leave me to go and walk. If you go and do night vigil before you come back, your job is taken over. Let's look at how you can dismantle night vigils. The time is coming in Nigeria where your salary cannot feed you, cannot even pay your transport. My wife was complaining as I came back now. Bag of rice is this, bag of rice is that. I don't complain. Because I knew these things many years back when I started preaching. And I established businesses that are taking care of me in old age. Excuse me. I have real estate. If you listen very carefully, you will hear chicken, a cock crow now. It's the broilers in my poultry. I have a poultry in this compound. I have plantains in this compound. I have coconut in this compound. I don't buy oranges in this compound. Your prayer camps are empty. Empty of animals, empty of poultry, empty of crops. If the economic situation continues like this and the prices are going up, you will need to do extra work to earn enough to cater for your children's school fees. In fact, that time you will refuse to give your first fruit. I'm telling you. When you have bills piled up, you will refuse to give your first salary. Those of us talking to you, we love God. I spent my money around Africa. Excuse me. Forgive me the change in weather. I spent my money doing missionary work around Africa without collecting offerings. If there are factories working, this residence, I bought it from a factory that closed. Assuming this factory is working and there's production throughout the night, you won't go for night vigil. You will come to your work. You will come to your work. If there is production in Nigeria and people are having to do night shifts in the factories, you won't have time for night vigil. That's what Peter Obi is saying. Now listen very carefully. When you go to societies that function, this is your bank applications. There are people working at night to keep them going. My son works from home. He's a computer engineer, has a PhD, he works in a Jewish firm. The only thing that will take the Jewish people away from work is to go and fight. Not to pray, they go and fight. Wear uniform and fight to defend their country, the Israeli Defense Force. Now, all these bank applications that function at night, electricity that is regular, train stations that are regular, radar that are regular, things that make society function, people work there 24 hours. And those 24 hours, you can't go to night vigil. If you have produced glass before, I was the doctor in charge of the Aba glass industry, the clinic there, International Glass Industry Aba. You cannot afford to off the furnace. If you off the furnace, the glass will congeal. And to rebuild a furnace is a lot of money. You have to bring the bricks from France and Italy. It's a lot of money. So the furnace is always on. 24 hours. The bitter glass industry here, they run shifts. They run shifts. My pastor works there. When he's on night shift, he doesn't do tarry night, or what do they call it? Night vigil. The clinic is on. Ambulance drivers are on. Security agencies are on. What Peter Obi is saying is that he will make the country very, very productive, that throughout the night, throughout the day, value addition, production instead of consumption, and then you will find out that you won't have time to go and pray at night. Just look, we are looking at the billboards in Germany. It was companies. When I came now, the billboards, churches. What's wrong with us? Did Satan fall in Nigeria? Did Satan fall in Africa? Did he land in Africa? Why are we so stupid and wicked?